Good morning, sheep fans. Cammie's the name, sheep's the game, and this is definitely something a little bit different today. It's actually a first for me in the sheep world because I've never washed a sheep before. And it's not just any sheep, it's the Swiss Valais Blacknose, which, as most of you already know that have been with the channel for a while, is in my opinion the cutest sheep in the world. It's an incredible looking sheep, quite unlike anything else, to be perfectly honest with you. Now, for a quick recap, for those of you that haven't seen the Valais Blacknose before, this is a breed from the Valais region of Switzerland, very unique to there. There was a fair boom in the UK when they started exporting them over from Switzerland, and there's a lot of flocks around the UK. The biggest flock probably being around the 200 mark with some of the early breeders that started it. In recent times, Switzerland have actually restricted the exports of this sheep to try and preserve it and keep the bloodlines and the breeding as high a quality as possible, which is really to be commended, but it does keep the price of these sheep high, especially those with original Swiss bloodlines, which some of these here are. And as you see, we have these wee cute lambs. Look how good they are in the background there. Now the farmer with here, Tom, actually has the world's most expensive Valais Blacknose ram. He's not actually in the shed today, or I would show you him. His name is Victor. He was bought last year. Was he bought in 2020 or 2019, Victor? 19. He was bought in 2019, and two of these lambs we see behind us here are off of him, so it's all very exciting here just now with this flock that Tom has only recently started in the last sort of 4 or 5 years. He's been building these numbers up, and he has a fantastic facility here for the sheep. They are absolute A1 care. Hands that I go to a lot of places, but none that look after the sheep like this place does. It's just, if I was going to be a sheep, I'd be one of his. Click the subscribe button, give the video a thumbs up if you enjoy this. It's a bit of fun, you're going to love it. Let's go. Just like that. Lovely. Now, as part of the charm of this breed, the girls are worth upwards of £4,000–5,000 for ones that are well marked and meet the breed specification, which is very strict, hence the reduction in exports from Switzerland. But as almost a byproduct, unfair to call it that, I would say, the boys, these are castrated males. If anything that isn't perfectly marked, like the breed standards are strict for females, but even stricter for the males. There's a scoring system, and only ones that meet the strictest scoring marks can actually be sold for breeding, just to try and keep the standard of the breed as high as possible. These are wethers, which is a term we use here for boys that have been castrated, obviously when they were much younger. And all 5 of these, including this little special one that's just making its way down the alley are heading down south to a luxury glamping site where they're going to be pets, and of course it's going to be a great life for them. You can see from the incredible wool they have, these are them soaking wet, so once they dry up they fluff up. I won't be here to see that, but they're an incredible feature to have on a farm park or similar, which is where these are going. The visitors and the tourists will absolutely love them, I'm sure. And that is why we're washing them today, because as a courtesy, before you sell stock, you want it to be in as good a condition as possible, and especially with Valais Blacknose, because they are so special looking when they are all fluffed up and clean. It's a great thing to do before you send them down to their new home. Give them a little wash.
Don't put your back out like.
Come on, Hamish. So this is Hamish here. The difference with him and the other boys I was showing you is they were castrated, as I said. Hamish is entire, which means he's still got his testicles, he's still a fully functioning ram, still in his early years at the moment, but he is going to be up for sale. I take it just after we wash him here, Tim? Yep. Right. So he's going to get a wash, he'll dry out, we'll get some nice photos of him, and then he'll be going up for sale, find a new home with some nice ladies. Now he is Swiss blood, like I was discussing earlier. He's got Swiss bloodlines, and he's also got those perfect markings that we were talking about. You see, they stand there quite the thing. I imagine it's quite therapeutic for them, as well as Tom.
After the first week.
Novelty's starting to wear off. So to wash the sheep, it's just as simple as some Persil non-bio. No doubt they'll pick this up as an advert opportunity. And we use some bright white shampoo as well, which is this Showtime stuff. Now I know nothing, I'm just telling you about these things. I know nothing about washing sheep. As I say, this is actually the first time I've ever washed a sheep. Well, the third time now, but today is the first time I've washed a sheep. It's quite, you can see it's quite enjoyable on a nice day like this. Something a bit different, good excuse to make a video, as you can see here. Now some wee dirty bits here, that's pretty common in all sheep, especially when they've got long wool like the Valais Blacknose do. That's an extra wee titivating bit here. John's just working on his horns. A proper pedicure here. It's like a Formula 1 team. So the markings that we were talking about, the good markings you're looking for, the perfect markings that you need for your Valais Blacknose, is you need solid black, round the eye down to the nose. That is a perfect example of a nose there. You need to have black knees, a clear gap down to the feet. Coming to the back, similar story. On the hocks here, you need to have black and a gap down to the black feet. Nice and clear. And there should be no black on the tail, around the tail head. So that's a kind of example of what they're looking for with the breed standards with a Valais Blacknose. Now of course he's being washed here for a special occasion. Big thing is you can't wash sheep too often because of the lanolin, the wool. You wash that out, it can have a real impact on their skin. So occasional washes like this do them absolutely no harm, and they're using products here that are absolutely fine and safe for the sheep to be washed with. I just thought this was something really interesting that you might not have seen before. So that's us finished here with the washing. Hamish was last up to be done there, having a nice wee shake out as we speak. And the rest of the gang here just drying off after a lovely bath on a fine Saturday afternoon here in Scotland. That's us for another one, sheep fans. Hope you've clicked the subscribe button and enjoyed this video. See you for the next one.
Imogen, come on. Come on.
That's quite a good trick.
No.